24 came, 2 remain. It is the Euro 2024 final. Spain versus England. England in the final of the Euros for the second consecutive tournament. Can they right the wrongs of Wembley, beat the Spanish to lift the first major international honour in 58 years? That 58 years is a number you're going to hear a lot going in to kick off tomorrow's predictions time here on the channel. We normally, when we do a prediction show with Sam or with Mikey, have 10 or 12 fixtures to talk about. We have but one fixture to talk about. So I'm going to do it slightly differently today. And we've put a poll up on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel community tab where I'll give you my 4 scenarios and you can vote the most likely. I will tell you at the end of the video which of the 4 scenarios that I think are the most likely way this game is going. I'm going to choose one and commit to it, and you can go and vote on the poll or let me know down there in the comments. Hit the like button first as well. The first scenario is one I think perhaps we've all spoken about, and it is a Spain comfortable win. Now, obviously, with my emotional reaction, I absolutely do not want that to happen as an England fan. But there has been a school of thought that England have kind of rode their luck on the way through to the final, and chickens coming home to roost when they get a really fluid team like Spain, that it just all might fall apart, and, you know, the kind of, I don't know, the tiptoeing through that they've managed to do comes to an end. And the Spanish with Yamal and Williams and Rodri, Ruiz and Olmo tear England a new one, frankly. And it'd be like Spain in the other Euro final. I think they're playing Italy, weren't they? And they won 4-0 or 4. I can't quite remember. Anyway, that's the doomsday scenario for England fans. That everything that's been kind of said in criticism of Southgate turns out to be true, and we've just fumbled our way through. And here we get a bit of a pasting. That's the first possibility. I don't like it, but we have to raise it as a possibility. And by the way, if one side wins comfortably in this final, I don't think it's England. I think Spain are the only team that can win this by 2 or 3 or more goals. So get voting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Could it be a Spanish comfortable win? Or could it be an England marginal win? And we'll talk about penalties later, which may be one of the possible alternatives that I've come up with. But I think Gareth Southgate, in his dreams, the way he obviously considers how international football is played, that it's pragmatic, that defences win tournaments, and it's he who makes the fewest mistakes and who has studied history and who can get the most out of a squad in this kind of temporary kind of window that you actually get with the players. I think how he sees it is that you stop the opponents winning and you take your chance. So this England marginal win, I think, would look something like maybe surrendering possession to the Spanish, maybe 63, 65% possession in the first half goes to the Spanish. Maybe you have to go to the benches. You're going to try and keep it tight. You're going to keep it level. And can you nick a goal? And this would have to be before minute sort of 75, when Southgate has made substitutions, because he doesn't look at it as 90 minutes. He looks at it as 120 minutes. If England haven't scored by 75, he's not going to go out and win the game. He's now looking at it as a 120-minute game. So I think the England goal would need to be in that 50 to 65-minute range. Could it be from a set play or a breakaway or something of that nature? That's a way that I see England being able to get the win in this one. Sorry, my phone is making noises. Apologies for that. Third scenario, a Spain marginal win. I've got to say, a Spain marginal win looks different than an England marginal win, because I think a Spain marginal win would be more like their World Cup final against Netherlands, where one team's trying to win the game and move the ball, and the other team's trying to stop them and nick the goal. And in the end, the levy finally breaks. And God, it was Iniesta, wasn't it? Way in extra time, although the Dutch should have probably had about 5 cents off by then. I don't think sure England are going to do that type of hatchet job, put it that way. But I think a Spain marginal win looks different than an England marginal win, which might be a little bit try and not smash and grab, but try and control defensively and take your chance. Whereas Spain marginal win would be maybe pressure, tells, goal. Can England come out? No. Spain win by the single goal. And the fourth one is penalties. And I put a poll up on the channel yesterday basically saying, would you take penalties now? Would you shake hands on the fact that it's going to be a hard game? England might not have as much of the ball as the Spanish. And would you take that? I know I really get angry when people call either the playoffs a lottery or penalties a lottery. It's absolutely not a lottery. And it's great to hear Gary Neville coming out as an England player saying, I thought we were unlucky when we lost on penalties in the 90s and noughties. But no, it's nothing to do with luck. It's preparation, nerve, getting everything right, even down to what England keeper hands the player, the ball. They couldn't do that in the Swiss penalty shootout, could they? But, even the theatre of having the names written on the bottle as if we know which way you're going. Are you going to change all of that good stuff? Pickford's bits and bobs. Bring in Tony in and Trent in and Palmer in the right amount of time. I think England are favourites if it goes to penalties. In fact, I think the second it goes to extra time, I think England become favourites. I think in normal times, Spain are just favourites the whole time. So, look, I've put decided by penalties, not England win on penalties, because, of course, Spain could win a penalty shootout. But I would edge with England if it does go to penalties. There are my 4 possibilities. And if I just move over a little bit, I took a screenshot of that before anyone had voted. There are plenty of votes now. So go and head over to the Benjamin Bloom channel community tab. Go and have a vote on what you think is the most likely scenario there. Spain, comfortable win. England, marginal win. Spain, marginal win. Or are we going the distance, guys? Are we going to play the full 120 and then go to a penalty shootout? Go and get voting. And if you don't think it's going to be any of those things, I know I've put most likely, then don't vote and stick in the comments. But that kind of the only thing that leaves is England comfortable win. And I'd love to see it, but I'm not suspecting that will be the case. So, finally, which one do I think it's going to be? At the start of the tournament, speculatively, I said England would beat Portugal in the final. I had Portugal beating Spain in the semi-final. Obviously, France and the draw and what France did in their group meant that they swapped sides. And it was Spain. I had Spain beating Germany in the quarters and Spain losing to Portugal. As it turned out, Spain beat the French in the semi-final. And here we are. I think from where I was at the start of the tournament, England have been worse than I thought they were going to be. Spain have been better than I thought they were going to be. But something is drawing me towards England marginal win. So without penalties, that I just feel, and this is not great analysis, there just seems to be something happening, doesn't there, in terms of trending up during the tournament, the resilience, the cockroach team, we've called them over and again. And far be it for me to bring destiny and happenstance into the conversation, but something tells me England might just do this. And if they do it, I think it's going to be keep it tight first half, score a goal in minute 50 to 65, defend the lead, withstand the pressure, make the subs, and Gareth Southgate learns the lessons of Euro 2020 and a game that they probably should have won against Italy. That is my prediction. England 1, Spain 0. England marginal victory. I'm going for it. I've gone all in on the 3 Lions. Let me know your take either in the comments or by voting for the poll on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel community tab. And we will see you tomorrow for the watch along. For the second time on this channel, we're going to be watching England in a major tournament final. Can they beat Spain and win Euro 2024.